Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Hey Falcon and today we're here with the first ever PSVR Synth Riders Tournament Finals. And I'm very excited for it because there's some names here that we haven't had on the screen and I haven't had the pleasure of watching any PSVR players go head to head. So welcome, enjoy the show. We're going to start with BetPro Knife and the Ben_NL going head to head with New Game by Nitro Fun. Now for those that are coming in for the first time watching Synth Riders and you haven't heard anything about the game before, Synth Riders is a fantastic rhythm game. It's got quite a freedom of movement. If you notice, there is no direction. So you've got your left, you've got your right colors. You have your specials, which are two of them. Your green by default is your single-handed that you can start with either hand, and you've got to follow that through. As you can see right now, you've got to follow that through with the hand that you started with all the way to the end and complete. And your second special is your golden orbs, which require both hands to come together to catch them all the way to the end. Rails and orbs. There we go. As you can see, hands together, and once it's finished, you can go back to normal. All the colors are customizable, so you can change the color of left and right orb, and you can also change the color of the specials. You can change the color of the walls, the opacity of the walls, the obstacles. The options are endless. Now for players that haven't had as much practice as our players in the PSVR Quest category, you can see these players are absolutely rocking it. They have the difference of controllers to get used to, they have the difference of tracking, especially if they've had experience playing on other platforms as well. I'm very excited to see how our players are going to fare compared to our players in PC VR. Now looking at the way and the accuracy these players are getting, I don't see much of a disadvantage at all. They're doing incredibly well. The way scoring works in Synth Riders with the orbs, as you can see the numbers popping off. You got your full points for a perfect hit, which requires you to catch or hit the orb as central as possible. And we go down to our good hits, which is almost there for that perfect, but anywhere on that outside. And then your 4 hits is when you've just caught the edge of those hitboxes. And here I go, I start immediately dodging those obstacles myself. Now they both have a full combo. They haven't dropped the full combo, but you can see quite the difference. There's nearly a million points between the Ben and Bedroom Pro at the moment. And I have a note here, apparently Bedroom Pro, as they were streaming this, I believe, they had their community cheering them on. One other thing you would have noticed, and we'll notice this throughout the other players that jump into play, in Synth Riders you have a bunch of stages to choose from. And on the left here with Bedroom Pro, you can see they have picked different ones. It's all about personal customization, whichever preference you have, I should say. It could be the colors. Some might like it brighter, some might like it darker. Or just change of scene. You'll have players that have that random button selected, so they'll just play along with any one of the stages that come up. We're coming to the end, last few seconds here. And the Ben did a fantastic job with that perfect, but Bedroom Pro perfect, and the amount of perfect hits that came through, that's where they scored that huge lead. There's a huge lead. Now we're moving on to Wolves. Now I always mispronounce the name of the band, so I'm not going to try it today. All the songs today are from the OST, so you can jump into Spotify and you'll be able to search for Synth Riders soundtrack. And I believe the team does keep up with updating the songs that are available to listen to, so you can always jump in and listen to all the music that is available in Synth Riders. While you're driving, while you're going for a run, or just whenever you feel like it. Now let's talk about one more thing that I picked up here. Both of our riders here are using the same colors for left and right, but the textures are different. So this is something you can definitely do. You can jump into your settings, and not just the color, but you can change the texture. The texture that changes the look of the orb. So that is just a cosmetic. It doesn't change the shape. It doesn't change anything else except how it looks. Now this might help you see them better depending on what your eyes focus on. As you can see, Bedrock Pro's orbs have quite a thick band around them, whereas the band is using a little bit more of a fancy, let's call it fancy, texture. Both of our players are on a full combo. That 6 times combo, 6 times multiplier, it's so important. More so in this game than any others, because once you drop that multiplier, it is incredibly difficult to get it back in time without losing too many points. Dropping a few orbs in a cluster of orbs, it could completely mean you cannot get back on track unless the other player also drops a few orbs along the way. Now there's no doubt in my mind here, Bedrock Pro here is absolutely on top of this accuracy. You can see those 1,000 points just bouncing off those orbs. Now the band is doing very well. Mind you, I played this game quite a bit, and watching these players on the PSVR get this accuracy, I have no doubt they're going to catch up to our PC users and surpass most of them. And with the scores that I'm seeing, Bedrock Pro would probably have no drama keeping up or beating a lot of us playing on the PC. And look at that, that's another, oh my goodness, 900,000 points between them. Well done Bedrock Pro for another win. That's gonna take us into our third song, and if Bedrock Pro takes this as well, that's 3-0, and that will put our friend Ben there we go. Sorry. Now Lost in the Rhythm, the Electric Swing music pack from Synth Riders, which was one of the favorited, I believe, by quite a lot of people. I absolutely enjoy the music in this pack. It absolutely gets you moving, especially if you've got rhythm in your bones. It is very hard to sit still when music like this comes out. Now, playing in Master difficulty, all the maps that are being played today are in Master difficulty, and that was a drop from the bend. That is not good news, I'm afraid. Bedrock Pro is almost at the 6 times multiplier and has not dropped a single orb just yet. A little tip with this map in particular, going from the expert difficulty jumping up to the master difficulty, the difficulty actually increases quite a bit. It gets wider, it gets more crossovers. There's just so much more patterns to follow, and you cannot stop moving. You gotta keep tap, 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 and spin, spin, spin. Synth writers having so much amazing music in their selection. There's absolutely something for everyone, and the music that I haven't even heard of before have become some of my favorites in my playlist to listen to. You know, rhythm games is just such a fantastic way to enjoy music. And the team that's behind all the mapping, they do such an amazing work. And that was another drop by the Ben. I do feel because you have to keep on going. It doesn't matter if you miss orbs because you don't know. You just don't know if the other player has dropped them or not, because you might have dropped one, they could have dropped two. You might get back up to your 6 times multiplier, and they might not. The variables are so high. You cannot give up. You just have to take a breath and just continue on. Coming up to the last section of the song right now, and Bedroom Pro takes the win. Both of them full combo and an amazing score. The Ben, congrats on the wonderful run. But that was all for Bedry. Now we are coming into our next two players, Friend at Court and Marco from 1987. Welcome to PSVR. It's great to have you. I'm looking forward to going through this with you. New game, a nitro fun. This song came about with the power-ups. The power-ups update. And I'll love to talk about power-ups a little bit once we watch through our riders here. There's something very, very cool here. Talking about stages earlier. A Friend at Court playing in the city. Now, in our city here, this is usually automatically selected when you choose spin mode. Definitely an interesting choice because it's quite an open stage, whereas your other stages that are your moving stages or your standard stages, they all have a it looks like I'm swimming here. Let's go swim. They all have a floor, they all have a base. So it's interesting, not going for that, but choosing an open stage. And like I was saying before, it's definitely all up to personal preferences. Now bringing up to date the score, we have Marco's at 1.3, 1.4 million, and Friend at Court is about to hit that 1.7 after that rail. But we have lost our combo down here with Marcos. That's going to make it very difficult to catch up at the moment, but like I said, you cannot give up. There's no giving up here. You have to play it to the end, hope for the best. You gotta do your best, and maybe the other player might drop an orb. Friend at Court is really not letting go. That's 6 times multiplier, full combo. And when that's mixed with the high accuracy these players are getting right now, you can see we have right now over 1 million points difference between Friend at Court and Marcos. You've got to be on the ready. You've gotta be on the ready. Now these players, they're playing incredibly well for the amount of time they've had it. Now, as far as the background, I'm not familiar with the names from the PSVR Quest side. So judging by the time they have had since PSVR version of the game came out, jumping into these master difficulty maps it's a big effort. It is a big effort. If you play the different difficulties in Synth Riders, you'll know there's quite the jump in both patterns, speed, and speed. They're doing incredibly well. And this first song, New Game, between Marcos and Friendicord goes to Friend at well played. That is 1.7, 1.8 almost million points difference. Woo! If you ever jump into the city, when you jump in the Synth Riders and you're selecting songs, you can select your stages. There'll be a button in front of you to the right. When you look down, click on that and have a look through. You can choose the stages yourself, or you can choose it random, so choose a stage for you, a different one, hopefully every time you start a song. If you get a chance, do jump into different stages and have a look. Now our city here, there is a lot of buildings, a lot of labels. There will be a remark towards each of the dev part of the Synth Riders team will have a place on those buildings. And have a look at all of them. You will get to meet some of the devs and the people that work as Synth Riders amongst the city. Alright, this is I think Wolves is a little bit shorter as well in time, so we've got 2 minutes left. The both of our players on the 5 times multiplier. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Marcos has dropped something very early on. There's about 20 odd orb difference between the full combos right now. So it may not be a full combo at all, but we've got, yeah, Friendicord definitely ahead. But their scores, see, it depends on where you lose your combo. It really does depend on where you lose your combo. If you lost something at the very start, it may not mean much at all, because you might still end up with a better score at the end depending on your hits. Those perfect hits, good and perfect hit ratio, it is so important, because when you're multiplying those points, it adds up, it racks up so quickly. Sometimes to your favor, sometimes not. 30 seconds to go. Their scores are very close here. Very close. I can't even tell right now. I can't even tell right now. It's gonna be a very close one though. It's gonna be a very close one. Marcos might have this one. It's very possible. It's very possible they're ahead by just a little. Oh my goodness! We've got, as I said, an awesome score. Not a full combo, and still 50,000. Is that 50,000? Can I count? 55,000 points. Well played, well played. What a comeback! What a comeback! Going into our third song, Lost in the Rhythm. Jamie Berry? Jamie Berry! I thought I called it the wrong way around. Alright, seeing how Marcos really upped their game in that last song. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen now. Friend at court might feel the pressure. Might really reel in that inner synth. Well, let's go. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Friend at court just dropped multiple orbs. Oh, that is a huge shame. I'm so sorry, friend at court. Oh, that would have... You don't want to lose the rhythm. Not in this song. With the speed. If you watch closely, those orbs are coming at you so quick. If you reach to the wrong one, by the time you switch hands, it is too late. Now this is all up to Marcos right now. If Marcos doesn't miss the beat, such a groove to dance to. Oh no, that is another orb down for friend at court. You can, when you're chasing those scores, not that I do it very often myself, it can be, it hurts to miss those orbs. And in your own time, you can stop and restart, you can go again. But in this situation, it's just, you cannot stop. You have to continue. You have to push through. Coming into the last minute, we have lost the combo twice. Marcos just dropped a few orbs there, picked up a few more, and then dropped again. So Marcos is back to 3 times now, slowly creeping back up. But will it be enough for friend at court to catch up? Will they be able to catch up? They're definitely pushing through. If they keep it up, they might be able to get close, but last 30 seconds, it's gonna be very close. There's only 300,000 points right now between the two. Friend at court's gonna make this a very close game. You can see that 2.4 million, 2.6 million for Marcos is 200,000 now. Imagine 2 people running or racing in a manner and one person's getting closer and closer, but Marcos takes the win. Friend at court did so well to get back on track there, but it just wasn't enough. To both our players, that was very well played. Now, this brings us into our 4th song? Yes, Empire of Steel. So if Marcos takes this one as well, that would mean friend at court will be dropping out. It is really exciting to watch these players. Like I said, this is the first tournament for PSVR version of Synth Riders, and it will not be the first. We are looking forward to seeing so much more from our riders playing on the PSVR. With the PSVR 2 in the future, I can only imagine the pool of players growing as PlayStation VR grows as well. Fitness being such a big thing in the virtual reality industry at the moment, and with how much fun and social fun you can have with virtual reality fitness. Now you throw the headset on, you've got a great set of tunes to listen to, and the maps that just move you so well. And with the variety of options to play, so many modifiers to choose from, it can change the game completely. So whenever you're in Synth Riders next, have a look at the modifiers, have a look at the different modes you can play in. And if you have any questions, jump into our forums, check out the socials for Synth Riders VR. If you go to synthridersvr.com, all one word of course, Synth Riders VR, jump into the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and we also have a growing Facebook group as well. If Facebook is your thing, jump in and join us at the official community. So if you look up Synth Riders official community, you'll find that you can ask to join us, and one of us will approve you. Definitely remember to answer the questions, check the rules, and ask if there's any questions you have about the game, or just want to talk music, games, come and join us. And you'll find all the links on our socials, so whichever platform you prefer. And sorry, I'm ducking and weaving here watching these players. I cannot help myself. Now again, we don't have a huge gap in scores, but with the lost combo on from friend at court, his last 2 minutes may be really hard again. Now, they did such a good job keeping up and catching up with the scores, and if the song went for another 10-15 seconds, I can almost guarantee friend at court may have taken a win on that last song. There's 500,600,000 points difference there. And friend at court's gonna have one last minute, because if Marcos takes this win, then we're off to the next round. This song is Empire of Steel by Essenger, if anybody's interested in adding it to your list of songs. But like I said before, jump onto Spotify and search for Synth Riders, and you will be surprised. There will be a few packs you can add to your follow list and enjoy them at your leisure. And for those that enjoy collecting physical copies of the game, definitely keep an eye out for the physical edition of Synth Riders coming later this year. And congratulations to Marcos for taking a win as well against friend at court. They both played incredibly well. Now we're off to play with the Ben again, and now if I have it right here, this is the Ben and friend at court playing for the 3rd place. So whoever wins this set of songs will be taking that 3rd place. Let's see what happens. Our first song, Void Walkers. And it looks like my doggo couldn't handle me talking and getting excited. He has run off to his bed. Don't know if you noticed my doggo earlier. He was walking around behind me, making sure I was okay. Both of our players here getting up to that 6 times. No doubt they will both hit that full combo on this one, hopefully. Woo! See all those orbs? Those particle effects really get in your face there. Times on both of our players. They're really holding on, riding those rails. No misses yet, and there's very little difference. You got the Ben just a little bit ahead right now with that higher accuracy. And if you have any questions about getting a better accuracy there, if you didn't notice, we ran into an obstacle just then. Friend at court wasn't quick enough to move out of the way. Remember, you can actually fail out of a song if you hit those obstacles too many times. You've got the 2 bars in your HUD for your health. Once you lose all that, that's it. That is a fail. So in Synth Riders, hitting the obstacles, you still keep your multiplier, but you do lose your health. So you have to be careful because a combination of a few misses and a combination of a few misses and a few obstacles in the way could mean the end of a song for you. Or we go from a green special to a gold special, and then a third into green. Now that's exciting. I have definitely... Oh my goodness, we have a drop at friend. Friend at court has dropped an orb. Now in the last minute as well, this is going to make it very difficult to catch back up. Especially the Ben is going very strong with that full combo. That's gonna grow that difference between scores if the combo doesn't drop on Ben. It's going very strong. Very strong indeed. 10 seconds, and this is definitely Ben's. Well done, Ben. Congratulations on the first song. Whew. Perfect score all the way. Look at that. Whoa, wait. 800,000? Yeah, 800,000 point difference. Let's see what kind of a difference we can have with a friend at court after that loss. They're going to want to win. Look at the hand placement. Waiting for those orbs to come in. And, oh no, that's gotta hurt. That hurt me. That hurt me. That loss. Friend at court dropped an orb right there. You can see the head shake. Even they cannot believe it. They cannot believe it. I feel so bad. They're trying to shake it off. You gotta keep on going. You just gotta bite down and continue on. It's a tough situation. It's you know you can catch back up. You just gotta remember you can catch back up. You can do it. And remember when you miss something right at the start, it's not a big deal. In Synth Riders, you gotta remember where you lose the orb makes all the difference on being able to catch up or getting that much further ahead than someone. Gotta stay hydrated. Even when you're just talking about the game. All that excitement, all the talking. But no joke. Any rhythm game, any VR game, it is too much fun and you just get caught up in the moment. Time goes by so quickly. You have to make sure to stop, even set a timer. Remind yourself, you've got to have a drink of water. Even if it's a sip here or there. I have seen people wearing those backpacks with the water pouches. You just have the straw on the side, just drink along as you play. I've tried, I've got one of those backpacks, but the amount of time that I spend, as handy as it is having that drink right there, the backpack does create a lot of heat as well. And you end up with a huge sweat patch on your back, which then gets onto your backpack. But I cannot say anything bad about how great it is to have something to drink right there at all times. With the Quest 2, it's a little bit easier. You got the pass-through, so you can tap, grab your water bottle, drink, because you can see pretty well still. But when you're in your PlayStation VR, or when you're on your PC VR headset that doesn't have pass-through, you don't want to take the headset off You know, it's so sometimes it's hard getting that sweet spot, and once you get the sweet spot and you've got your headset tight, nice and comfortable, you don't want to move it. Some of you will understand. Some of you will understand. Like I used to think I had great vision until I found out I didn't. And when I have the headset on in the right place, it means the world to me. I do not want to move it again. Yeah, last minute, Friend at Court and the Ben going strong. There's only 300,000 points in difference right now. Remember, that isn't much. If the Ben was to drop an orb right now, that could be it for Ben. But I've got to say, and as I said, I saw it happen. Friend at Court is down an orb, and they're down that combo. This means the Ben is just, no doubt, at this point, takes the lead and takes the win in Days of Thunder. Now, it's not the end. There's still one more song. We're gonna play one more song before the decision is made, of course. So we got best out of 3. We have 2. We have 2 to the Ben at the moment. This third one will still give Friend at Court a chance. Let's do it. Let's cheer on for Friend at Court. Let's go. Ooh. Alright, this song, I do enjoy this song. Oh, there's a bit of screaming in here. Let's watch and enjoy for a moment, shall we? Oh, a little drink. Oh no! Did Friend at Court just get too much into the song just then? Lost an orb. They might possibly be screaming along right now with the song. It is this is really important. This was very important for Friend at Court to win this one, to be in the game still. We still have a minute and a half. Anything can happen. Keeps me on my toes that I know anything can happen. So like full combo means the world, but it doesn't always win you the game. The Friend at Court is just almost back at that 6 times. The 6 times multiplier is coming, but the Ben has not lost it. Ben is going very strong. Must be feeling very confident at this point as well, considering the last few songs. Last minute. Up to 30 seconds. Seeing the difference, we have 500,000 points, I believe. Ben's about to hit that 4 million, which is past 3.5 million for Friend at Court. That's 3 wins. And that is the end of our song. And the last one for Ben and Friend at Court. Friend at Court, very well played. You take the 4th place. Ben has earned that 3rd place. And we are now heading into the grand final between Marcos and Bedry Pro. If you weren't excited before, this is it. The grand final. And we're playing the same songs, Void Walkers to begin with, followed by Days of Thunder. Ooh. Now we're back in the city with Bedry Pro. We were talking about, not talking, but brought up spin mode earlier. Now spin mode is a playstyle in Synth Riders where the orbs start coming from different directions. If you have a look into the distance where the orbs are being emitted from, up where Bedry Pro is in the city, the emitter moves from one direction to the next at increments, sends out more orbs and moves to another one, and is a very smooth transition depending on the style you choose. Spin mode is available on every song. Any song has the capability of being in spin mode, as the maps are not made in spin mode, but the algorithm behind sets the spin, and it's always the same for that song, so everybody gets the same spin. But it is set algorithmically, if I said that right. Now the styles go from mild, styled, and wild. Talking about wild, there'll be a doggo walking by me if you can see him. We'll talk more about spin mode in a moment. Now coming back to the scores here, Marcos has just gotten to that 6th multiplier, meaning there was an orb lost along the way. And score-wise, there's definitely a huge gap. Now we've got over a minute to go. Sorry, I missed talking about the spin mode. Got me distracted there, but Marcos is quite a distance behind right now because of that loss of combo earlier on. And that gap, I'm afraid, is going to be probably the biggest gap we've seen so far in our scores. Having a look at a little history here of scores, yeah. Right now, if Marcos can't catch up, and there's another drop. Marcos has lost another one there. This will probably be the biggest gap. This has guaranteed a win on this song for Bedry Pro. The focus, and you can even tell from the movements. It's almost like Bedry Pro has a smooth camera compared to Marcos right now. And there we go, that difference. You can see Marcos was not happy there. Definitely not happy. It's a 2.3 million point gap there. That takes us into Days of Thunder. Remember, it's not the end. Marcos still has a chance. It could go either direction right now. Sibo. They just come to check on me. Well, let's go for a drive in the Days of Thunder. Now it's going to require quite a bit of focus here for Marcos. They definitely want to get to that 6 times and keep that combo rolling. Now, coming back to spin mode. As I was going through different modes, you've got your 90 degrees, which will only allow for 90 degrees of movement, and then it goes to 180, and then 360. And you'd think it would end at 360, but the devs decided something more was needed and added a cheeky little plus to the 360. And at first you're not too sure what the plus is gonna do. Does it mean you get more than 360 rotation? But how could that be? How could you get more than 360 rotation? Now both of our players haven't lost any orbs yet, by the way. But Bedry Pro, the accuracy here is phenomenal. There's 300,000 points difference right now. Both players are a full combo. So that's 360 plus. I almost want to leave it as a mystery to those that don't know what it does. Now, there's also the limitation, of course, with the PlayStation VR not being able to do the full 360 due to tracking, but the more we find out about the PSVR 2, the more exciting things could be. There's a few things that our Quest users and PC users are able to do because the tracking allows it. Oh, hello there again, puppy. Oh, what you doing? Oh, now we still haven't lost any points between the two in their multiplier, but I'm at a loss for words on the accuracy Bedry Pro is able to achieve with the PSVR. And we will probably be asking Bedry Pro later on how many hours they have so far in Synth Rider's PSVR. Coming up into our last minute. Because this accuracy that we are witnessing here is magical, to say the least, on the PSVR. Remember, if you watch the PC Quest tournament, the players that have attended have been around the community for some time. Synth Riders has been available to PC since 2018, so the players there have had quite a long time to hone in those skills. And PSVR players haven't had the luxury of time. So when I see Bedry Pro here just continuing with this accuracy, the full combo, we might see some PSVR versus PC tournaments soon, who knows? And coming to the end, unfortunately Marcos did fall behind with losing those orbs as well. But there is one more. There is one more. There is still that one more chance that Marcos could turn it around. Always want to have hope. You never want to lose hope. Just gotta keep on going. You calm down. Now you don't want to get caught up in the song if you like this genre of music. There's quite a bit of hype for me listening to this and playing at the same time. And if you've ever seen me play, you would swear I've closed my eyes and start moving around just to the music. Sometimes just gotta let it happen. You know, have your time to practice accuracy. Have your time to chase those scores. But don't forget, Synth Riders is a game of freedom. It gives you that sensation of you can do anything. Still full combo. Marcos is going very strong right now. Definitely closer to Bed Repro's score this time round. I can just tell these players are gonna go back, start practicing, checking some guides, seeing what can be done to improve their play. Sometimes there are players that just jump in and are able to do what some cannot, and I have seen that happen firsthand. I have over 500 hours in Synth Riders myself, and a player with 50 hours, someone that's just come, it just clicks for some people compared to others, and they're able to just absolutely leave everybody else behind on those leaderboards. Let's go. Marcos is holding on strong with that full combo. But Bedry Pro's full combo here, and with his accuracy, we are seeing a 1,000,000-point difference. They both have the same combo going, but there's now a 1,000,000-point difference between the two players. You know, that's the huge difference in getting those accuracies right on the specials, on the rails, all the bonuses. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is our results. Bedry Pro, congratulations, winning the first PSVR tournament for Synth Riders. Marcos was second. Very well played. You kept up incredibly well. Ben and Friend at Court coming at third and fourth. Congratulations. And those that stuck around to watch the show today, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't checked out Synth Riders, come and have a look. synthridersvr.com, and you can check out Synth Riders VR on Twitter and Instagram, as well as our Facebook and other socials. If you have any questions, please feel free to jump in, ask a question, contact one of us. I'm Hey Falcon, and it's been a pleasure going through this with all of you. Have a wonderful week.